So we are here with the Oracle cards, and this is the card for the day, which we haven't had this one for ages. I haven't picked this card for a long time. It's really beautiful. Twin flame, and I think it's Aeneas or Angus anyway. And what grabs me mostly is this lovely swan. You know, the swan, so strong symbol. Yeah, it's the symbol of Vedanta, a non-dual, and it's also, you know, symbolically for most of us, it's like that kind of loyalty and pair bonding. But and I think I was thinking, well, how does this feel if you don't feel you have a twin flame, a soulmate? And I think that we can have this, you know, occasionally with people, maybe connection with people. Maybe it's momentarily, you know, when you see somebody and you have that connection between your eyes. Also with nature, I feel that you can be a twin flame with nature. So I think it's more than that. And it's such a beautiful image with all these, I think they're birds in the sky as well. But I just like looking at the image sometimes. These sort of pink, I don't know, they look a bit too puffy for doves. They look like pigeons, or maybe something else. Maybe they're turtle doves. Who knows? Anyway, let's bring this. And you know, we can have a connection, the twin flame, with ourselves. So let's feel that little flame within in our practice today. Flame, the energetic flame. So we're going to come to the mat. We're going to start lying down today. Feels like a lying down kind of a day. So come to your mat and have a little lie down. We're not going to be lying down for very long. It's just to get ourselves grounded and started. I haven't laid down on the ground all day. So it's a nice feeling, a sense of, oh, everything changes. Our whole perspective changes when we lay down on the ground. Let the arms fall out to the side, and let's just make the back of the neck long. Let the feet fall out to the side. We're going to lie in Shavasana just to begin. Close the eyes, just take a moment inwards, you know, feeling the sense of yourself, connection to yourself, your inner flame. Yeah, and we're just going to breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Just letting the day move through us, letting it go, coming into a more present state. Connecting to our breath, coming in and out through the nostrils now. Let's chant the mantra on. We're going to do this 3 times. So maybe, you know, the first time might be a warm-up, and then we're going to get some full sound in our whole body. Feel the whole body reverberating against the ground, and just feel that. Breathing in. Sacred sound of Om, universal sound of Om. So with that, let's give ourselves a full extension. Bring the legs together, bring the arms above the head. Let's just stretch the fingertips out, point the toes, breathing in, point the toes, breathing out, push the heels away. Keep extending the fingertips away. And you're keeping the chin tucked in, so the back of the neck is long. Inhaling, point the toes. Strong inhale, filling the body with air. Exhale, push the air out, push the heels away. And just feeling into the body. In and out through the nostrils, breathing in, and breathing out. And breathing in, one more, and breathing out. Let's just extend one side at a time. I like this, taking one side at a time. Amazing how quickly we can make ourselves feel longer. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand there. Relax the right side of the body, just let that leg just relax. And now we're going to push the left heel away of the left foot and draw the toes towards you. Let the head roll over to rest on the upper right arm. Breathing into the left side of the body, particularly the left waist. fully. And then as you exhale, push the heel away and just draw that arm upwards and let the arm come over the head slightly. So we're not in a straight line anymore, we're in a curvy shape. And it's helped if you let your head roll over so we can relax the left side of the neck also. Breathing into the left side of the body again, maybe even tightening the left buttock slightly, just to help that extension through the left side, and exhaling, lengthening without forcing or pulling too hard, without pushing or forcing. We're just guiding that length with the breath. One more breath in and release. Exhale through the nostrils, let go of the arm. Just notice that difference. Yes, kind of becomes a bit more spaghetti arm then. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Yeah, that's right. Push the right heel away. Relax the left side of the body now. Just give that left leg a little bit of a wriggle. Let the head roll over to rest. Left side of the face, rest on the left arm. Breathing into the right side of the body. Pushing the right heel away, drawing the right arm up and over the head, getting a nice curvy shape through the right side of the body, particularly the space between the right hip and the right ribs, making yourself long. Breathing in and breathing out. Every inhale, breathing in, filling the body with air, creating space. Exhaling through the nostrils, extending, tightening the right buttock slightly. One more breath in. And release that right arm now. Just let the arms rest on the ground. We're not extending anymore. Just relax both legs. Give them a little shake on the ground, just rolling them back and forth. Move the arms with the breath. So the arms are on the ground above the head, breathing in. Breathing out through the nostrils, reach the fingertips to the ceiling. Let the arms move through space smoothly and slowly. So we're trying to, first of all, make the breath steady, even. So slow, steady inhale as the arms come up. And then the exhale, smooth, steady, and even. Try not to let the breath whoosh out. We're trying to keep it steady flow, like a steady stream of oil until the end of the out breath, the arms reach the ground and the inhale. And we're keeping our mind focused on keeping the movement of the breath coordinated with the breath. Movement of the arms, sorry, coordinated with the breath. That makes more sense. The movement of the arms coordinated with the breath. So we know at the very end, the tipping point, the end of the in-breath, the arms just reach the ground above the head, and then the exhale begins immediately. We're just measuring that breath so that when the hands reach the ground, the breath is fully out. Just do one more of these slowly. See how slowly and smoothly you can go with this movement and with the breath. Centering and focusing. Bringing attention to ourselves, our body, our breath, our body. Our breath, our body, ourselves. When the arms are on the ground, just stay there for a second, breathe in. Fill the body with air. As you exhale, press the lower back into the ground and feel the ease of bringing the knees to the chest and have a little rock and roll side to side. Have a little rock, have a little roll. Good. Side to side. And then we'll draw a big circle on the ground. Breathing in, take the knees away. Holding on to the knees to begin. And breathing out, keeping the breath in and out through the nostrils. Breathing out, bring the knees into the body. Squeeze the knees in. You might even feel the tail coming off the ground as you squeeze the knees in. Let the knees come away on the inhale. Slow and smooth. A big circle on the ground. You might want to change direction. Breathing in, breathing out. Just easing out, just feeling, how does this feel for the back? On the back of the pelvis. How does this feel? How does the breath feel? How does the body feel when it's in contact with the breath in this way? Moving and breathing, steady and even. And then hug the knees again. Let's get the knees and the hips moving. So bring the knees together and on hands on top of the kneecaps, draw the knees into the body, breathing out. Now inhaling, take the knees away. We're staying together. And then let the knees fall out to the sides as you exhale back to the body. Inhale, knees go away. Exhale, knees fall away. Let them fall. Imagine you can, or just feel, see if you can feel the weight of the legs as they fall out to the sides. We're holding them gently with the fingers there.
If you need extra support, you can hold them. Otherwise, breathing in, breathing out, let the knees fall to the sides, come back to the body. We're drawing 2 big circles with the knees and easing, bringing ease into the hip joints just by moving. So imagine as you're breathing and moving, the breath and the movement is like oil, like lubrication for the hip joints. So we're feeling that ease, warmth, movement, flow coming into the hip joint. Let's try the other way. So start with the knees away from you, but together. Inhale, exhale, draw the knees in. Open the knees out on the inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in. Inhaling, taking the knees away. Just enjoying and moving. Yeah, bringing ease into the hip joints. Feeling into the back. Feel this into the abdominals slightly as well. And then hug the knees again. Let's extend the legs, push the heels. So make sure that the legs aren't together. There's space between the legs. You push the heels up. Extend the fingers up to the ceiling. And let's rotate everything. The wrists and the ankles. Let that get into the legs and arms as well. So you can really get those spirals going in the body. And then go the other way. Spirals. So as if you're drawing big circles with the big toes and the index fingers. The hands. Hug the knees now. Give them a squeeze. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Let's have a little bit of a moving bridge here. So bring the soles of the feet close to the buttocks. Hips width apart, feet parallel, palms flat down, chin tucked in tight to the chest. Nothing underneath the head there. Breathing in, lift the knees up high, lift the hips up high, rolling down on the exhale. So we're just moving with our breath again, keeping this theme of moving with the breath, staying connected to ourselves. Opening the front of the body, front of the hips. So I was saying, a lot of sitting, we do a lot of sitting in modern life. So this becomes very shortened, front of the hips, hip flexors. So it's really, this is a great one for releasing and opening the front of the body, the chest, the hip flexors, the front of the thighs, all this front of the body, which becomes, contracted with sitting. And also obviously then with that, puts a lot of strain on the lower back. So we're really giving ourselves some compensation for the sitting. Yeah, feels good. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do a couple more. And if you want to, you can make this a bit more expansive. Or if you prefer, you can lift the arms as you inhale. Arms reach the ground above the head. And the arms are coming forward. Try to make the arms reach the ground at the same time as the lower back just hits the ground. So it's all coordinated. And it will give your mind, your focus of concentration, something extra to focus on. So it will keep you more present, more anchored to the breath and the body. Keep the chin tucked in, opening the front of the body, knees going away from you, chest coming up towards your chin. This time rolling down from the top of the spine down to the base, tucking the knees once more to counter pose and bring the spine back into an equilibrium. Balance, everything is balanced. Roll onto the side. Okay, let's come to all fours. We're going to get a little bit more into this lower back. So we're going to do some circles. I call this one disco cat. So rather than moving in this line, or sometimes we go this line, we're going to go in spirals and circles. So I want you to imagine, a nice way of doing this is imagining you have a tail. We have got a tiny tail, remnants of a tail, but imagine there's a big tail coming out. You can imagine it however you want it to be. Maybe it's a tail feather, maybe it's a tiger tail, squirrel tail, I don't mind. And make sure your hands underneath your shoulders open here in the front of the shoulder and in the soft elbow there. So we're not locking them up. See how what happens when my shoulders get thrust forward. So keep that open so the chest can come forwards. Now we're going to start that circling. So imagine you're circling your tail, and you can even close. In fact, I would advise you to close your eyes when you're doing this so you can feel that circle. Starting small, breathing freely. Just let your breath go with that movement, spiraling. Try and get that circle bigger and bigger, showing off your lovely tail to the world. And then even let the rest of the body start joining in. It will start to feel like once you get these spirals going in the body, the rest of the body wants to go with it. It's like, oh yeah, I like that feeling. It's like easing out tension. You might find you're getting that into the ribs and into the upper back, and into the elbows might start bending. The wrists might start moving. The hips might start moving. And let that circle get really as big as you possibly can. You might even sit back into your heels slightly. So we're really becoming very fluid, very animal in our body. Yeah, breathing all the time. Then come to a stillness. Have a little rest sitting back into the heels, or whatever way feels more comfortable. And we'll just interlink the fingers together, and we'll just do these little circles just to ease out the wrists. So you're coming into it's clenched fingers. Go both ways if you can. One way is much easier than the other, just to give the wrists and hands a little rest. Now we come back. We're going to go the other way with our circle. So most likely you would have gone clockwise. So you want to go anti-clockwise now. Soft elbows, don't forget, you know, chest is prominent here. So we're going to go anti-clockwise. Yeah, anti-clockwise. Small to start, circling that base of the spine, circling your tail. Gradually getting bigger, breathing with it, breathing in and out through the nostrils, getting into the whole of the back, into the shoulders. Let everything be led by this circling, spiraling movement in the body. Breathe. Make your breath expressive so you can hear it. But encourage you, bending into the elbows. There isn't really, you know, any special way to do this apart from following this circling, spiraling movement in your body. Breathing and enjoying. And again, coming to a stillness. Just notice how it feels when you come to a stillness. Can you still feel the spirals going? And then we rest, sit back into the heels, slide the hands forward, bring the forehead down into the pose of the swan. So this is very much in keeping with our oracle card today, this beautiful swan. Breathing into the nostrils, sighing out the mouth. Yeah, we can imagine ourselves being a twin flame with the swan, being at one with the swan. And this beautiful pose with the arms thrust forward. You can imagine your wings, beautiful swan wings, holding yourself, protecting yourself in this beautiful, strong white wings. So hands spread, fingers spread wide on the ground in front of you. Let's move the spine a little bit. Inhaling, coming up to all fours. Exhaling, letting the hips come forwards, opening the chest, shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, sitting back into the heels. Moving and breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Just enjoying that movement. And enjoying the breath. The main thing to focus on in this breathing and moving is really the breath. So opening, lifting the chest, inhaling. The inhale lifts you, and the exhale is the release as you sit back into the heels. The inhale lifts you to all fours, and the exhale is the expansion on the front of the body, looking up at the ceiling, opening, lifting the heart, inhaling. Really making sure you keep those shoulders down away from the ears. And it does really help when you have the elbows slightly bent. Otherwise, you know, your shoulders get kind of hunched up. This makes you use your strength in your arms also. So we're developing more strength and stability in the upper body. Very important. Inhale. Exhale. Not just important for strength, but also for a sense of being able to support ourselves, feeling strong and stable in ourselves. Let's do one more, just for our extra stability. Inhale. Keep those fingers and knuckles on the ground. Inhale. And finally, exhale. Sit back, bring the forehead to the ground. Sweep the arms back into the pose of the child. Backs the hands on the ground. Really relax the shoulders forward. Flop the shoulders down. Arms are heavy on the ground. Imagine also your cheeks are heavy, like the cheeks are just hanging. And let's soften the mouth a little with this like a horse-like sound, breathing in through the nostrils, and then loosen the lips, mouth, lips, and tongue. Good. Let's do one more of those. Also relaxes and releases the jaw. Very important area. Gets a lot of tension comes around the jaw and into the neck. So we're releasing that. Send the hands forward again. As far forward as you can while sitting back in the heels. Spread the fingers wide. We're going to come up into a downward dog. Coming up onto all fours. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, tucking the toes under. Exhaling, lift the knees off the ground. Let's just walk the dog. So looking back at the feet and letting the neck relax. Let's just get the legs a bit more fired up. So you bend the right knee, bring the left heel down, bend the left knee, put the right heel down. Keep long in the body, keep the tummy tucked in. We're not breathing into the belly here, we're breathing into the chest. Keep a slight bend in the elbow, keep the hands engaged with the ground, keep the shoulder blades moving away from each other and away from the ears. Lots of length in the neck. So we're creating some length in the backs of the legs now. Let's just rest there for a second. Breathe. Pushing the hands into the ground. Imagine someone's pulling your tail. This tail we have. Pulling it backwards and upwards. And then we're just going to walk the feet slowly towards the hands. Bend the knees now and let our body hang in the ragdoll. Let's give it a little slight sway and see how that feels for the back. So you're shifting the weight from the right foot to the left foot, letting it shift from one foot to the other slowly. So we're just feeling, how does that feel in my lower back when I shift the weight? Is there any difference? Letting the head hang and breathing in through the nostrils. Out to the mouth. Just releasing that tension continually so we can become more relaxed, more open, more spacious, more present. And then come to a stillness and start to feel that little pull, that little tug at the base of the spine. Leave the arms hanging, leave the head hanging, keep breathing in and out to the nostrils as you very slowly start to lift up through the spine, starting to create space in the spinal column, finally coming to standing. Let's lift the shoulders up and roll them back. Not using the elbows or arms, we're just using the shoulders, lifting them and rolling them back. Let the knees bend with that. So keep that sense of softness in the body, breathing in and out. So we're really getting into the shoulders, into the neck, into the chest, into our breath. Good. And forwards with the shoulders, why not? Let's get it, it's really going. Yeah, when it gets colder, we can get very stiff in our joints. You know, we get cold, and we kind of can hold on to ourselves a little bit. So it's really important to counteract all of that. Good. Fluidity, movement is everything. So we come to a standing. Let's warm up a little bit. So we're going to bring the sides of the feet together. Let's get ourselves really energized. Imagine from the soles of the feet to the top of the head, we're going to get really light ourselves up, get all that prana moving. Breathing in, lift the arms up, interlink the fingers, stretch up, lift the heels off the ground, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together, and also extend upwards. Hold the breath in for a second or two, whilst you squeeze and hold, and then release slowly through the nostrils, breathing out slowly through the nostrils, letting the arms float down, letting the heels slowly lower down, coming down. Okay, let's go again. Breathing in. And so the fingers stretch up. Push the heels off the ground by pushing off the toes. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together. So you're squeezing the arms either side of the head there, like a nut. You're cracking that nut. And breathing out slowly, soften, let the arms come down. And one more, breathing in. Reaching up, extending up, squeezing together, hold the breath in. Really lengthen, hold, squeeze, and release slowly. Breathing out through the nostrils slowly, bringing the arms down slowly, heels down slowly. Landing, feeling your feet on the ground. Set the feet about hips width apart now. So nice and stable and aligned. So we're going to come into a little bit of a a side bend. So breathing in, lift the arms up. We're in a palm tree. We're going to do a palm tree. So extend the fingers up, inhaling, exhaling, leaning over to the left. As you lean over, push into that foot. So I'm pushing into my left foot here, and then the inhale comes up, and the exhale leaning over to the right, pushing into the right side. All the time keeping the knees slightly soft, so we're not creating any tension in the body. Breathing out, leaning over as far as we can. Keep extending into the fingers the whole time, so you feel that flexibility in your trunk,
like you are a palm tree, a lovely, imagine that palm tree with this beautiful, strong, flexible trunk. Any storm that comes, it's never going to break. It might be lifted out, but it's never going to break. Breathing out. Coming up, one more to the other side. Breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out, lower the arms down. Just getting a little bit of energy into the sides. And let's take the feet a bit wider apart. Still limbering a little bit, so we're going to come into these twists. Knees are bent, arms are swinging around freely in space. Tai Chi Twists. Let the arms swing heavily into the body. So the backs of the hands smack, pop. And you can even look right behind you, make that very exaggerated twist. Just loosening everything up. Loosening. And by loosening the tension, we become more energized. Energy can flow. This extra little, smack of the back of the hands and the lower back, just activating the energy, the prana in the body. Come to a stillness. Let's take the backs of the hands onto the lower back. Stimulate that whole area, being a little bit stiff, a little bit cold, a little bit like it needs some extra attention. So we give it that. Let's give the back a little rub there as well, getting a little bit of warmth into the lower back. Take the hands in front of the hips. A little bit of attention too. Wake that up. Stimulate that. And then take the fingers to the chest area. Stiff fingers. Just giving ourselves a little bit of a wake up in the heart space. A bit of openness, a bit of encouragement, some uplift here. And just imagining that lovely flame, little heart flame. Waking up, being acknowledged there. And let's rub the sides again. Why not? Give the sides a little rub there. Yeah, good. Energy and self-care here. Sweeping out anything that's come up that might be a little bit of rubbish in the corner, some old bits of dust, some old cobwebs. Inhale, reaching up, look up. Exhale, out through the mouth. Bend the knees, let the arms swing heavily down. You're just letting them go, like you're letting go of the breath. Breathing in through nostrils and everything gets expelled with the ha. Inhale. Good. Let the arms swing a little bit. Let's do one more of those. Sweeping out the cobwebs, one more. And when you're sweeping out, really releasing attention, sweeping out the debris, we find ourselves a bit more clear and open. And we'll do a little cross call actually, just to get the energy moving in a good way. Lift the left knee, meet it with the right hand. Lift the right knee, meet it with the left hand. Good. So we're just moving them cross-lateral movement, keeping the body nice and upright and open. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Just getting everything coordinated. Do another one of these. So take the leg out to the side, maybe the left leg. If it's the left leg, the right arm goes over the head. This one just kind of copies the upper arm a little bit. It's not so important. You can even let that other arm, the lower arm, just hang. Extending through the side there, opening up, breathing in and out the whole time through the nostrils. Good. And again, thinking about these hips. So we're going to just take the hands to the hips now and lift and open the hip by lifting the knee and taking it out to the side, lifting it high. Also getting a bit of balance in here. Moving from foot to foot. Breathing and moving, lubricating these hips, opening them up. A bit of movement, a bit of energy. Good. And one more. So that's feeling a little bit more lively now, a bit more limbered. We're going to come to the front of the mat. We're going to come into Warrior 2. So Virabhadrasana 2, standing with the feet hips width apart, parallel. Weight on the left foot. A big step back for warrior, big warrior step. You can do it in one, or you can always shuffle it a little bit more to get the right, do it as much as you need to. Get it nice and wide. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get that sort of stability there. The toes of the back foot slightly pointing forward there, but get the hips aligned to themselves, so square and looking at the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Not just the arms, but lift the ribs. You're getting long in your waist. Exhale, keep that length, but bring the arms to shoulder height. Drop the shoulders and lift the chest. This is a really key part of the posture. Breathing in, breathing out, bending into the left knee, pushing back onto the right heel. So we've got this lovely alignment of everything moving away from each other. The fingers are moving away from each other. The shoulders are dropping down. The crown is lifting. The base is going down. So we've got this length happening here between the fingertips, and the length happening between the left knee and the right heel. All these points moving away from each other, expanding, looking down the left arm beyond the fingertips, checking. Sometimes it's good to just check and make sure that that right arm hasn't sort of gone for a little walk. Oh, she's not looking, I'm going to just disappear and have a little rest. But this is key, this extension. And rather than having the shoulders up, shoulders down, lifted chest, long here, spacious in the front of the body. Checking also the knee isn't collapsing inwards, making sure the knee and the toes are in alignment. Breathe. Breathe. Feel the strength and stability in your legs. Feel the lift and lightness in the upper body. And this lovely long line between the fingertips. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms softly on the exhale. Bend into that right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Might be one step, might be two steps. Let's give the legs a little shake. Shaking the knees and the hips and the shoulders. Shake everything up. Give it some sound, why not? Amazing, what a bit of shaking to free up and also give it a bit of warmth in the body by freeing ourselves up. Take a big step back with the left foot now. Big step. Plant that foot. Nice strong warrior legs, evenly paced between the feet. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Keep that lift in the chest. Breathing out, bring the arms to shoulder height. Drop the shoulders. Breathing in. Look down the right arm, bending into the right knee as you breathe out. The right knee is going forward, the left heel is pressing back. Keep the lift in the chest, long in the body. Keep that tailbone pointing down, strong belly. Everything is very supported here. You know, it's self-support. Belly and lower back working together, holding you, literally holding it all together. Feel that stability that you have within you. Good, breathe. Feel the crown lifting, the base of the body going down to the center. Fingertips moving away from each other, lifting of the chest. Deep breath, dig deep with the breath. Virabhadrasana 2. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms gently on the exhale. Bend into the left knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Okay. We'll come into a little counter pose. Let's come into a squat. Let's do this little squat, coming down on the ground. If your heels are like this off the ground, put something underneath them. Cushions, books, blocks, anything, blankets. If not, just leave them on the ground and see if you can get the knees nice and wide. So again, experiment with distance between your feet. Sometimes it's just, you know, this is very difficult. So, but as soon as you find that, oh, it's a bigger distance or a smaller distance between the feet, it becomes more comfortable. So have a little experiment with that. But try and make sure the knees, again, the knees and the toes are in the same direction. So you're not twisting the knee. Then let the body just hang between the knees. The backs of the hands fall on the ground. Head dropping. So as if your head is so heavy, it wants to fall into your hands there. Breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Close the eyes. Have a little bit of moment of inward experience, just feeling yourself on the ground, releasing the hips, releasing the back of the neck. Back of the neck is softening. And then bring the head back up. Let's see if we can bring the hands together. If at this point, sometimes this is the point where, oh, I'm falling backwards, then you might, even if your feet are on the ground, you might find that helps by putting something underneath the heels. Otherwise, you're going to take the knees apart by pressing the elbows into them and bring the hands together in prayer position, lifting the chest towards the hands. Again, this helps, being able to take the body forwards, the weight forwards, helps to maintain the position. So it's the really lengthening. I'm feeling my chest lifting, so I'm lengthening my spine, but also opening my chest. This is what helps. Lots of chest opening, you know, it's counteracting those kind of winter hunched in feeling. And release, bring the hands to the ground. We're going to come up into a downward dog. Knees are bent, so legs are active. Upper body not active, inactive. Really release from the hips, inactive, just hanging. If that just feels too much, and it feels too much weight hanging forwards, doesn't feel comfortable, you can always rest your elbows on your knee just to ease that a little bit, but still letting the head hang, letting the body hang. So you've got choices there. Breathing in through the nostrils, sigh out fully through the mouth. So much release to be had. Lifting from the base of the spine, that invisible thread lifts you. Leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy, neck is relaxed. Knees are still bent if you can. So you feel the knees go forward, you feel the thighs go forward, the belly go forward, rolling up through the body. Yeah, until the head lifts, the shoulders sit back. Yeah, just take a moment here. Take a moment. So we're going to come into a wide leg position now. Very wide. The feet are parallel. I'm going to come into a wide leg forward bend. Taking the fingers behind us, interlinking the fingers, lift the chest, breathe in, look up. So again, we're making this very long here. And and also the shoulders are coming back. So making ourselves long here and wide across here. So expand the front of the body. As you exhale, you're leading with the chest, letting the hands rest on the back, strong legs. Try not to lock the knees, but have the legs straight if you can. Let the arms rest on the back to begin with. Let the body fall forwards. Strong in the feet, but not gripping. And let the arms come over the head. And breathe. So breathing in and out through the nostrils. Taking some time for the release to happen between the shoulder blades, the front of the shoulders. Long inhale, long exhale through the nostrils. Good. Now bring those hands, keep them interlinked, but take them to the center of your back and draw a circle on your back. Soften the knees, bend the knees now actually, and then we'll go the other way, anti-clockwise with that circle. And as you do that, slowly unravel, slowly unfurl, uncurl up to standing. And just give your back a little rub, maybe rubbing the back with the hands now. Sigh out to the mouth. Yes, release there. Okay. So turning the feet now. Near enough, around about a 45-degree angle. But just to check that, bend the knees. Take the knees out to the side as wide as feels comfortable to you, and just have a look and see if the knees and the toes are kind of going in the same direction. If not, you can always adjust that. So you might need to go a smaller angle with the toes or a bigger one, depending on the position of your knees when you take them out to the side. Also keeping the body upright. So we're not taking the bottom back and leaning forwards. The chest is staying above the base of the body. And we'll bring the hands together to help that along. So hands come together, pressing firmly together, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down, back of the neck long. So everything is really engaged. As the knees come down, yeah. So inhale as you come up, lifting. Feel like the chest lifting. As you exhale, the groins coming down to the ground. See how low you can go. How low can you go here? Exhaling, inhaling. And feel that strength, vitality you're having in the thighs. And we're kind of really drawing up the energy here because we're going to be doing a bit of roaring now. We've got to goddess position. So let's see. Breathing in, you're going to lift the arms up, lift the hands still together, look up, and on the exhale, bring the hands out to the sides, knees bend. So it's very strong, kind of like man goddess, but also add in the this rasping sound, tongue comes out the mouth, eyes really wide. So we're going to do a few of these to get you into it. Inhale. Gather yourself. Inhale strongly. Good. Roar. Let the fire burn through. Breathing in. I think we're going to do one more. Get all those passages all cleared. Breathing in. Good. And bring the legs slowly together. Give the legs a little shake. Yeah, give them a little shake. We're going to come into a balance now. Before we do that, let's just get the hips again. Feel very lots of hip attention today. I'm going to do a little hip circle actually. Take the hands to the waist or the hips, wherever it feels natural for you to place your hands. Feet are a good distance apart, wider than the shoulders, but not as wide as a warrior. And now we're going to have the knees slightly soft, and we're going to take the hips in a circle just to see how that feels, just to take them in a big circle. So try and take them really far forward, to the side, back, so the bottom goes back, and see how it helps when you let the knees bend as well. So rather than having the legs straight, when you bend the knees as well, kind of just a lot more fluidity. Remember that tail, that disco cat we did at the beginning, that lovely fluidity we can get, everything moving together, the knees, the ankles, the hips, and the waist. And then we go the other way, trying to make a really big circle with the hips. Breathing, not holding the breath, using the thighs and the hips. So everything is kind of getting lots of attention. Let's give the lower back a little bit of a rub again. Okay, so we're going to come into a balance now. We're going to come into dancer. So lots of opening here and also opening on the front of the hip. So bring the weight onto the left foot. You might need something to hold on to, furniture or a wall or whatever you've got there. Try not to grip with the toes of the foot that's standing. Take the right foot into the right hand, either the inside grip with the thumb going backwards or the outside grip with the thumbs going forwards, whatever you prefer. That knee is going directly down, level with the other knee. So inhaling, connect the thumb and the first finger together. Inhaling, stretch up. Keep that length from the fingertip to the left foot. And as you exhale, the whole of that line is going to come forwards. So you can see my knee to my fingers all in one kind of line, a nice curved line. And then the heel's going, the heel of the foot goes away from the bottom, the toe is going towards the ceiling. We've got this openness in the front of the right shoulder. And you can straighten up that left knee as much as you need to. Sometimes it helps and aids the balance, have it slightly bent to begin. Looking directly forwards, the direction you're going in. Dancing on the earth. Breathing in and breathing out, lower the arms down. Let that leg go. Give the legs a good shake. Okay. Now take the right foot onto the earth. This is like the Shiva, the Nataraj dancing on the earth. This is a posture. So we have that really rooted right foot. Bend the right knee. I'm taking that left foot in the left hand, whichever grip you prefer. Connect the thumb and the first finger together in this Jnana Mudra, breathing in, reaching up. Extend the fingers to the ceiling and exhaling, taking that right arm forwards on this long line. If you need to hold on to something, you can hold, whatever you've got there, table, chair, wall, pillar. I've got a handy pillar there. Looking forwards, extending the fingers forwards. Feeling that roots going down from the sole of the right foot. And the toes of the left foot are going to the ceiling. Heel going away from the buttock. Opening that left shoulder now. Breathing deeply. Now use the inhale to come up. Try to stay in the posture if you can. Exhale, the arm comes down. And letting go of the left foot slowly. And we give it all a shake, legs and arms. Yeah. Let's give it a little bit of a twist as well. So feet are about shoulder width apart, knees bent. We're just going to loosen that all up. Yeah, lots of work for the back and the shoulders and the hips. So we just ease it all out, bending into the knees, letting the hands smack into the back and have a slow stop there. So we're going to come to the ground. So feet or hips width apart, parallel. Let's come in a forward bend. Inhale, extend the arms up, or take hold of the back if you need that extra support for your back when you come forwards. Exhaling, coming in a forward bend, either extended or holding. And bring the fingers to the ground by the feet or on something on the ground, so blocks or cushions or whatever you have there. Inhaling on the fingertips, look forwards. So look forwards and then breathing out, forward bend. Chest is coming towards the toes, towards the space on the ground between the toes. We're not looking at the knees, we're looking at the toes with our eyes. And imagining a big eye in the middle of the chest, we want to see the toes as well. Every now and again, if you want to have a little bit of a lengthener, you come up on your fingertips, you look forwards, and then you come down into this forward bend. The tail is going up to the ceiling. The chest is coming down to the ground. One more breath in, one more breath out. Come up onto the fingertips again on the inhale. Weight on the left foot, so we can have a big step back with the right. So we've got a big step, or you can take a couple of steps, but make sure it's a big lunge step. So you've got lots of space between the left foot and the right toe. So you might want to slide it back a little bit. Nice and opening again for the hips. Hands on the ground, body's rested on this left thigh, so you've got a bit of support there. Right knee off the ground, unless that doesn't feel good, you can always rest the knee on the ground if it's, if you're not quite there yet, that's okay. Otherwise, if the right knee is off the ground, you're pushing that right heel away, strengthening the thigh, lots of thigh strengthening today. Good, now bring the right knee down. If it's not there already, flatten the foot behind, come up onto a high kneeling position. If you feel warm and wobbly, widen the stance, width ways on your mat. Now inhale, lift the arms up, bring the hands together. Now the arms are going backwards, so you don't want the arms in front of your face, you want them up, away. So we're getting, again, nice open chest. Exhaling, taking the hips forwards. So you can press into the knee and the top of that right foot to really keep that stability, as well as the left foot, obviously. And taking the arms up, looking up at the ceiling if your balance feels okay with that. Breathe. And then coming up on the inhale and lowering the arms on the exhale. And we'll come into a slight kind of forward bend over this leg while we're here. If that feels painful on the knee that's on the ground, just put some blankets underneath it or a cushion. Just pad it up. If it's uncomfortable, try and stay with it. Pain, sharp pain, avoid, step back from. So we're going to take the fingers to the ground here, either side of that left foot, and then we're just going to start to lengthen this left leg. So you could imagine that left hip is going backwards to the wall behind you, and you're pressing the big toe into the ground. So we're just kind of letting the body relax down over this left leg. And that can be quite a challenge. You can feel this in the shins, the calves, the left thigh, top of the foot as well, the toes. But we're creating more flexibility by just finding our edge, finding where it's uncomfortable, and seeing if we can just breathe into that discomfort and make it more comfortable, expanding our comfort zone. Now come back up to kneeling. Okay. Get the hands either side. And then we're going to just tap the right toe under, lift the right knee off the ground, send the left foot back, we're in plank. Okay, so the hand underneath the shoulders, spread the chest wide. You can do the plank with the knees on the ground if you're finding that too strong. And now we're going to come down to the ground. So you can either bring your knees down and lower your body down, or lower your body down with your arms. And then we'll have a little rest. So rest on the side of the head, arms go back. Yeah, breathe out through the mouth, release. Let it go, good. So we'll do a little back bend here. Lots of back bending today. So come onto the forehead, bring the legs together, breathing in, lift the nose, chin, chest off the ground, lift the arms off the ground, then lift the legs off the ground. And we're flying. So we smile because we're flying. Just to release any tension that might be hanging around, we smile. And we breathe as well. We don't hold the breath here. One more breath in and lower down on the exhale, turning the head on the other side. Just let it all go over again. Into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Just enjoying. Good.
Now bring the hands up either side. See the fingers, you can see them either side of your face. Push into the hands, walk the hands back, coming into the swan pose again. Arms in front. Now we're going to come up onto all fours, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, tuck the toes under, breathing out. We're in downward dog briefly. Now we're going to lift our eyes up, looking at the hands. Bring the weight onto the left hand and left foot and take a big step back forward with the right or thereabouts. So it's going to land between the hands or thereabouts. We're in a lunge on the other side now, hopefully. So pushing that left heel away, if that's okay for you, or having the knee on the ground, that's okay. Breathe. That's nice groin stretch here. Moving into the hips. And now take the left knee down. Come up into a high kneeling position. Again, you can widen the stance if you need a bit more help with the balance. Flatten the foot behind. You can tuck the toe under if you need that extra bit of support there. That's up to you. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Palms together, take the hands back. Exhaling, taking the hips forwards. So opening the chest, looking up at the ceiling, making this beautiful crescent moon shape from the fingers to the toe there. Breathe. Breathe. Good. And now bringing the hands down to the ground. And we'll see if we can extend this right leg a little bit. So we're pressing the big toe into the ground and imagine that right hip is reaching backwards behind you. Resting the body down. Just find that edge. Find where the body is resistant and actually where the mind is resistant as well. The body's resistance is protecting you. So we respect that. We find that edge. And we breathe. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out really long. And let the body just respond. Let it respond. You know, we're not pushing it around. We're listening to the body, feeling it respond. And how enjoyable that is to feel the body relaxing a little bit. It's like a little conversation. Okay, so keeping the hands here. We're going to tuck the left toe under. Going to lift the left knee off the ground and send the right foot back. We're in plank again. So we've done almost both sides now. And we're going to then just take ourselves into downward dog. So all that requires is lifting the bottom up, and we're in downward dog. So let's see. If you need to have a little bit of a walk of the dog, you need to bend one knee and put the heel down, that's fine. If you want to just stay in downward dog, still position. Really think about the fingertip to the base of the spine, that lengthening. Breathe into that length. Breathe into your whole spine. Yeah. In up to the nostrils. And then walk the feet towards the hands. Just hang for a moment there. Knees bent in ragdoll. Let the head hang. And now we're just going to take the hands behind us and bring the bottom to the ground. Stretch the legs out in front of us. We're slowing it down now. Lots of strong things today. Legs together, toes towards the ceiling. We're just going to sit in Dandasana before we lower down. Take the fleshy part back. Hands either side. You can see the hands alongside the body rather than back or in front of the back. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders down. So feel this sense of lengthening in front of the body. Back of the neck is long, looking at the toes. Toes, give them a little wiggle to keep your attention. Maybe spread the toes out as much as you can. And breathe. Good. And then release. Yeah, always feels good to release. Now a bit more effort. Stretch the fingers towards the toes, breathing in and out through the nostrils the whole time as you slowly lower down, slowly lower down, breathing in and out through the nostrils, slowly lower down. Lowering down as you breathe in and out. And when your body is down, then let it all go. Let it go. Give the legs a little wriggle just to relax the legs, remind them to relax. Feel that into the hips as well, into the back. Yeah, just release. Breathing in, as you breathe out, press the back into the ground, draw the knees up and just hug the knees. Have a little rock and roll on the lower back. Have a little rock and roll. Breathe in and out and just relax the back. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. And just lying in semi-supine here, so that's with the knees bent, but the feet away from the bottom, a bit wider maybe even than the hips, and let the knees just fall together. Just for a moment, we have a little self-healing moment. Rest the hands on the body wherever you feel you might need it. It could be on the hips, could be on the belly, might be on the heart, might be on the eyes, the throat, or, you know, a combination of these. It could be holding yourself. You know, where do you need your hands today? And just lying with your eyes closed, just feeling into that self-healing mode. Start with this idea of this twin flame, this soulmate, having a sense of that little light inside, imagining ourselves like the beautiful swan, holding ourselves or resting the hands on the body, giving ourselves love, attention, healing. So as you breathe in, feel the energy in the body, and as you breathe out, feel the energy and the love and the breath coming out the palms of the hands into the body wherever you are laying your hands. And giving yourself space, giving yourself permission, giving yourself care and attention. The power of one's attention, not to be underestimated. Breath is long. So wherever you're breathing into, really let the belly expand as you inhale. And slowly slowing the breath down. And then we're just going to come into Shavasana. So let the legs just slide away. If you prefer, you know, you can always put your legs up against the wall, or if you've got some furniture, you can put your legs up on some furniture, feet away from each other, arms away from the sides. You can cover yourself if you need something warm, or put some socks on. It will cool down quite quickly. Very still. So we're just going to lie and rest for a couple of minutes here. Lying, resting in Shavasana, corpse posture. So imagine your body just sinking and melting and melding into the earth. Letting that sink and soften and melt. Breathe into the nostrils and let it all go out through the mouth. Let it go. Release. See how your body feels. How does your breath feel? Just paying attention to yourself. Breath coming in and breath going out. Feel your belly rise and fall, your chest rise and fall as you breathe in and out. Eyes are closed, focus is inwards. And let the whole body relax. Give yourself this time to totally relax. And the sound of the bell marks the end of our practice today. So we start to gently wake the body up, deepen our breath,
stretch and move the body on the ground. Come back to life. Revivify from the Shavasana, from the corpse, back to life. Hopefully feeling brand new and regenerated. So coming back, move the body. Move the body. Ease. Find the ease. And move your way very slowly back to seated, taking your time to come to seated. Whatever way feels good. You should come to seated looking around your space. Yeah. Feeling yourself at home and at home in your body. Feel your body a little bit, arms and legs. Just give your body a bit of love, give it a bit of attention all over the body. And then rub the palms together for our close. We create heat and energy between the hands. Give it some heat and energy, and we bring it to the heart center. Close the eyes and bring your attention into your heart space. And so we bring our attention to our sankalpa. And this is an intention or a promise or an affirmation for ourselves. So you're creating your own sankalpa, a positively framed sentence or phrase. It might start with I am, I can, I will, or I have. And if you don't have anything coming to mind, then I am loved is a great sankalpa. So say whatever words you need to hear to yourself, say them a few times, and really feel that being planted in this fertile space of your heart. Good. Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace. Peace. All of us. Thank you so much for your practice.